Make a bag abroad for sure. Make a pass the ball for sure. You could give them everything, and I'm still I go ask for more. My arms warm and my heart cold. Your presence is optional. I always play it how it go. Your playbook is optional. I stared her down and shorty dead froze. Your boyfriend is optional. Fire woman sliding down that pole. Your conscience is optional. Your conscience is optional. Your conscience is optional. Stared her down and shorty dead froze. Your boyfriend is optional. Fire woman sliding down that pole. Your conscience is optional. I'm in a club with a group of my niggas, pounds, hugs, dabs in the middle. Fresh pair of kicks off the rack, I've been racked up since racks in the middle. I ain't a dub and shorty giving dubs, so I'm about to go catch it. Hey, Hubies. What's up? It's been a while, huh? Wow. I mean, I had to take a little bit of hiatus, man, get my life together. I mean, if you listen to the podcast enough, you'll know I had some things going on. You know what I'm saying? Especially work related. It was mostly work related, probably all work related. But that's neither here nor there. Had to get some things together, and guess what? Did it. All right. Your boy got a new job. You know what I'm saying? Not that we necessarily celebrating that, because we want to. I mean, fuck work, right? But you know, it's just a much better situation for me. Real talk. A little bit more easy on the mind. A little bit more heavy on the skill. But you know, we work hard out here. And you might notice I got me a fuck work championship ring. More of those to come. You know, because we're just doing things with life now. You feel me? Living a better life, living a better quality life, just making it happen for ourselves. I'm okay with that. Fully okay with that. So that's what we're doing. And now there has been no shortage of RiHuBe behavior in a few months that I've been out of here. I don't even know how long it's been. You know, it's probably been like 3 months. I probably didn't podcast, something like that. I don't know. I'll check it out. And it's been a lot of, like I said, there's been no shortage of RiHuBe behavior, especially with this COVID. The COVID wave is still moving. And it seemed like a short time ago, I was kind of saying, you know, this is we're in the trenches of it, and it came, and it was on its way out. Maybe, you know, when people started, at least in my city, coming back to using the trains and stuff. But we're still here, and this is still happening. Matter of fact, your boy got a test maybe 2 weeks ago, something like that. You know, still no virus, no antibodies. You know why? Because RiHuBe is invincible. And we still in the trust tree, the friendliness at the zoo. You know what I'm saying? Nothing changed right there. What has changed? We got some kicks on the table. You know, we got some kicks in the background. Why? Got a lot of kicks. Need a place to put them. Why not make it, you know what I'm saying, somewhere smooth, like the podcast background. You know what I mean? Now I feel like I got to get a couple more pairs just to stack them over my head. But this is an adult sitting position I'm in, and I got enough pairs to basically stack up to match my height. Too many? Maybe. Gonna get some more than likely. Gonna slow down a little bit? Probably, you know, because you can't just be wearing them all. You're gonna show favor somewhere, and you're just gonna not be wearing some pairs. I actually had some pairs that was growing mold on them. I had to check a bunch of them, and I had to clean them off. You know, that's what it kind of, you know, it dawned on me. Maybe got too many, guy. But how many is too many, right? Whatever. But these kicks right here, this is a Wolf Gray 12, because I'm a Jordan guy. A little bit worn, just a little bit, because to keep it real with you, I bought these joints like 3 years ago, and I just started liking them. How RiHuBe is that, right? 100%, because that's what this is. That's what we're here for, and that's how this happens. But anyway, what's up, Hubies? What's going on with you guys? A lot of news. You know, we're starting off this podcast with a lot of news. Usually by now we would have jumped into some funny shit, but I'm just giving you all the updates. This whole thing's just going in a new direction. A lot of new things happening, And what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be doing giveaways, courtesy of the understanding of my guy Fresco. Check out his YouTube channel, Technology. I think that's TECHNOLO-G TV. Technology TV. You could probably Google that somewhere and make it work. Pardon me, I don't got it, like in front of me, but Technology TV. He's got some good stuff on there as it relates to product reviews. If you're trying to do what I'm doing here and just move some lifestyle elements forward, then it's definitely for you. Maybe I even play something on a podcast one of these days. I'll check something out, play it on a podcast. But all right, man, we're gonna start this off now. We jump in. Oh, see, I'm fucking up over here. One more thing, podcast listeners, right now, if you're listening right now, you're about to get the scoop and the skinny. You're about to get the jump and the drop on what's happening. I'm gonna do a giveaway, like I was saying, and the giveaway is gonna be the Bape Fresh Prince collab hat. Now, I do have it with me, but I don't need it for this podcast right now, so I'm not gonna have it in my hands in this podcast. When you see the podcast video drop or anything like that, because I don't need it. I'm gonna do a whole separate commercial, but you got the jump and you got the drop on it right now. You can start entering the giveaway because you listen to the podcast. And what it is everybody who's listening to the podcast is gonna get this information on this Monday, and what you need to do is basically just follow me on everything. You follow me on everything, and also tag a friend, and every platform that you interact with me that way on, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, which is what I have, is an entry into the giveaway. So the follow and also the tag. So that's 2 entries per platform that you can give. Okay, and we're gonna cap it out right there, because honestly, if I counted every tag as a new entry, people could literally enter hundreds and sometimes thousands of times. Okay, and I'm not doing that. And what's gonna happen here? We're just gonna randomly choose one person from each platform, and then those 3 names are gonna just go into a random name picking app, and it's gonna choose for me, because I don't give enough of a shit. Like, I'm not like, this is a real giveaway to a random person. Like, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I haven't even taken the hat out of the plastic. Like, I don't want it. You can fucking have it. I don't care who gets it. If a baby's following me on the damn thing, then it's gonna go to a baby. You understand what I'm saying? Also gonna do it with some kicks in the future. I got some kicks too now. It's not a purchase, which means the kicks are gonna be one pair of kicks in one color and one size. If you want it, get it. If you don't want it, it's free. Stupid. On top of that, what I'm saying is, maybe it fits you, maybe it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you know somebody who it can fit, maybe you don't. I don't care. All right, I don't care. These are the I don't care giveaways. All right, it just is what it is, and whoever gets it gets it. I'm not trying to choose the best person or nothing like that, because I don't care. All right, we're gonna see what we could do about that. All right, so now that's everything. All of the housekeeping out of the way. Let's get right into it, like we like to do. I believe we have something nice from Anthony Highland here. Now, I chose this one, but I haven't seen it, okay, because your boy is taking another crack at going viral. By your boy, I'm talking about Anthony Highland, okay, our guy here. And I'm not sure if I could put this video up on the podcast, but we'll find out later. But you guys just gotta hear about this. This is on World Star. Okay, this is not off his social media. I'm getting this off of World Star. All right. And it says, dude goes off on the woman that claims she was in an abusive relationship for allegedly scamming people out of $160K. Okay, because people stop giving people money. So let's see what the hell's going on here. It looked like he's smoking his chick over some shit she was doing on the internet, which I chose this one because it is, beautifully ironic, because this is what I do to him, and he's doing it to somebody else. So this should be great, because of course, Anthony Highland's the authority on what to do and what not to do on the internet. So let's get right into this, see where it lands.
I have never made a video like this.
Shorty's a joint.
The sad part about this,
Shorty's a joint.
You actually have. You posted it on Facebook.
Okay.
So whereby you gained over $160,000.
That's the part he's salty about.
The truth of the matter, and I know I felt a little bit off when I seen this.
No, you didn't.
And it makes it hard for those that are genuinely going through things.
You saw the money lock in.
This young lady, her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, has a child by someone else.
Okay.
She got jealous and posted this video. The grandmother spoke out and said that her son never put his hands on her. She did admit that he broke those things in the home.
Always the case.
Only because she wouldn't let him out. And she assaulted him as well.
Oh boy.
This is disgusting, man.
A lot of action.
People are genuinely going through things. I duetted a mother, a couple months ago and donated $600 of my own hard-earned money.
Oh.
We're going through a pandemic right now.
Okay.
People don't
Here
have
it goes.
that money.
To that horn.
Just for you to be out here scared. Oh my God.
Okay, that was the end of the video. Okay, I don't know. What happened there? I thought it was gonna be some roasting and some real going off. He kind of played the information a little bit. The grandmother spoke out. This happened, that happened, and then oh my God, was like that was all of the reactions. Does that constitute a going off? Is what I'm asking, because when somebody on my sides go off on somebody, it's wow funny. Two, there's mad roasting. Okay, this is almost, somebody gets embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? When somebody goes off for somebody else, somebody generally gets embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like nothing happened there. So I don't know if he went off. You know what I mean? But maybe the new national standard for going off has changed during the pandemic. I don't know. I was expecting more from that video. What my takeaways from that video, he was clocking her check, you know what I'm saying? Peep that 160. Shout to her. Hard finesse. Shout to her. Had to put it out there that he tossed out $600, Nowhere near 160K, if you know math. And then there was a hard, oh my God. And those three things together constitute going off. Now, Shorty looked like she was a joint. She looked like she was kind of big too, maybe thick. I don't know, couldn't tell. You could only get the bust of her. You know what I'm saying? And that's always tricky with women, because you could get some nice things out of just the bust. If you don't know what a bust is, that's like from the chest up, showing someone or something from the chest up. And it doesn't have to be the whole chest either. You know what I'm saying? Because it get a little complicated when you seen Shorty. I seen Shorty in the video right there. It was kind of like upper chest up, because she looked like she was a hefty joint. She was a meaty joint. And I'm saying all that to say, the titties could have went either way, literally, But you gotta be somewhere around seeing the bottom of the titties to really understand what was happening there. She was cute. She was cute for sure. But the drop on them titties was kind of long. Just kind of make you wonder what was happening right there. Won't look it up. Won't find out. Just telling you how it goes on this side. This is what happens in man's brains. Not too many chances to admit or speak on it, but fine. You know, she had $160,000 worth of titty drop. So I guess that's you know, enough to ask for, I guess. So that does it for our installment of Highland High. Now, if you don't think there's just so much more that he's got going on, you're out of your mind. He's doing a lot on TikTok right now. Shout out his TikTok a zillion times on this thing. It's like I Speak 1906. You can follow that, and you can follow him and see what else he got going on. But I think that's his main platform right now, which is fine. But it makes the videos really short, like less than a minute, which is not the best thing for my purposes, but he doesn't do this for my purposes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try to slide into something from Ben Back. I know he had something wicked. He had something wicked up here at some point in time, but I think he might have. Did this guy delete the page, or what the fuck did he do? Let me see, because I'm seeing some stuff, but not that much. Okay, now I'm seeing more things. And we're going to see if we can jump into this. Now, I saw a video of him a while back. Looked like he got back in the game. Oh, this looks like it. And I don't quite know what was happening here now. I don't know if this was pandemic wave, because this is October 25th now. You know what I mean? We still in the pandemic everywhere. So I think he's about to explain that he's doing a live show, because I heard him say live show just now when we played that a little bit. Now, I haven't seen this video at all. You know what I mean? This is, of course, genuine Ben Backwards content. And we're gonna see what the hell he's talking about now. Let me tell you about some guys that I know right now. Maybe I know them for a decade plus at this point, and some even longer than that. And back in the days when everybody was young and everybody was smooth, if you can't tell, I haven't gotten a haircut in at least 15 years now. And back then, I was telling these guys to grow their hair. You know, because you're young. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do it now, then when? You know what I mean? And now that a lot of these guys is older, and quite frankly having some hair-related issues, now they all want to grow their hair. Now they all want to go just full John Legend with the shits. And I don't understand why. You know, but when you had it, you didn't want it. You kind of losing it, and now you want all of it. Is this a real regrets? Is this midlife crisis? Who knows? You know, because I don't think I'm really midlife, but you never know nowadays. I don't even know. Okay, because we have the technology. You know what I'm saying? Life expectancy is longer, but it seems that people are still dying fast. You know, because we just have so many options. There's so many donuts. People just taking the donuts. You know, that's how they live in their life, in donuts. But I'm not going to say why I'm saying that right now. If you see the visual podcast, you're going to fully understand. And let's get right into this Ben Backwards.
Yo, what up, man? It's your man Ben Bach. Welcome to the introduction.
Did you miss hearing that?
Ben Bach Live Show, guys.
Oh, the Ben Bach Live Show.
Specifically designed to help people who feel frustrated, dissatisfied,
Frustrated. You have to see this guy.
So if you don't already know, guys, my name is Ben Bakayoko, and I've been a
My man selling happiness. Certified life coach. I gotta look that up.
Happiness, fulfillment, success, and achievement.
Let's turn this up for you.
Decade now. That's like over 10 years, right? And I started my journey long ago because I wanted the answer to a simple question.
What's the simple
question? The question that I asked myself, and I asked a lot of other people, was, yo, what do I have to do to be successful?
Oh shoot, right? This is an 8-minute video.
In order to be successful, and it took me 10 years to actually answer that question.
I don't think that has nothing to do with happiness, though. Success and happiness is very different.
One, because of the word success. It's so vague, it's so broad, it can mean a lot of different things.
People coming in and out the house in the background, it seems like.
On top of that, what
not that I want to
to
speak.
Do, right? There's 1,000,001 things people could do to be successful.
Oh,
but
is that right?
Jay-Z said it best. What he said was, there's 1,000,000 ways to get it. Choose one.
Oh.
Translation.
Of course, the most
there's 1,000,000 ways to be successful.
The most iconic and elaborate Jay-Z line that needed a translation for sure.
So early on was just like,
for sure.
That idea sounds good. It sounds really simple. It's good in theory. But look, if you've ever
feel free to let me know if any of y'all are buying this at this point.
Or felt unsuccessful, you know as well as I do that it takes a whole lot more than just finding out what you want to do. Right?
Of course, I could have told you that.
Work, it takes dedication, it takes commitment, it takes maybe the right family background.
Does it take a certified life coach to hit you with this right here?
In order to be successful, right? What if I told you that wasn't the truth? What if I told you success was actually a lot simpler than that? What if I told you it was only 2 things that really differentiate?
Oh, now it's getting good.
From everyone else. Here's what I know. I know there was a study performed a few years ago.
Here we go. Here we go. Gotta drop the info first. Credibility.
Thousands of people across 23 different countries.
Is that right?
People at the top of companies, people within the companies, and just people all over the world. All types of people from all different backgrounds, right? They wanted the answer to that question. It's like, yo, what separates the most successful people from everybody else? And when they started the study, they had their hypothesis in mind, right? They had the belief or the thought that, look, maybe what separates the most successful people from everybody else is their talents. Maybe it's their skills. Maybe it's their behavior. Maybe it's just something unique to them.
I don't know. I think the internet did away with all of that a long time ago.
Differentiates the most successful from everybody else. Right?
Yeah, because this study sounds like it takes long, and it probably was before the internet was really hitting.
There's 2 things that separate the most
he put 3
successful
figures
people from everybody else. And the 2 things that was the strongest differentiator across hundreds of thousands of people, 23 different countries.
Gotta drag it out, man.
Different backgrounds was self-awareness and authenticity. Those are the 2 things that separates the most successful from everybody else. And by self-awareness,
that's not saying nothing.
It's just like, yo, do you know what you're good at and what you're not good at, right? Do you understand how you're wired? Do you understand your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs?
I don't know.
Do you know what you actually want out of life? Like, do you know your desires and your deepest fears? Like, how aware of you of how you're wired and who you really are? Like they say, know thyself, right? Then the second thing, authenticity is.
It sounds like bullshit to me, man.
Like, are you placing yourself in environments that capitalize on what you naturally bring to the table, your natural talents, your natural gifts? Like, are you placing yourself in those type of environments?
I can't see how this correlates to people with lower or higher awareness.
Where you should go.
Because people of low awareness do become successful.
So people
sometimes,
that are the most successful,
specifically because they have low awareness.
And they place themselves in environments that actually help them grow. Right? So those are the 2 things that really differentiate the most successful.
Second one could be a fluke.
Now, like I told you before, the term success is really broad.
Sometimes you don't create the environment, nor do you place yourself in it.
It can mean so many different things to so many different people. So the best definition of success that I found so far,
go ahead.
I heard from Earl Nightingale. And what he says,
whoever that is, right?
Was the progressive realization
go ahead.
Worthy
Tap that memory.
Or goal.
Worthy.
What that means is, yo, as long as you have a goal, as long as you know what
son, he has to be British. It's worthy.
You're successful. No doubt. Like, as long as you know what you want and you're doing something every single day to achieve something.
Right, okay, working hard. Which he didn't have to tell you. He didn't have to tell you this.
Society and everybody we know, a lot of people we know, let me rephrase, have us believe that's not the case.
No.
Us believe it's what we have.
No.
Or what we've accomplished.
No. Most people, they say work hard, do a thing, and do it good,
progress,
and you'll get there.
It's not progress that's it's not.
We just dismiss that because it's hard. It's hard work.
That make us happy. It's actually progress, right? And you tell me the truth.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Halfway zoning out of this.
That you wanted to accomplish, you accomplished the goal, and after you accomplished it, you wondered.
BS overload. How far are we in?
Right. Like,
okay, so we're 5.5 minutes out of like the eight minutes I was in here, or something. And that's why I'm zoning out. Like, we're reaching the cap,
how long did that feeling of happiness,
the bend back cap.
Last, right?
But we're gonna go through the whole thing.
Did it last 7 years? Did it even last a year? How long did it really last? For most
somebody ask him all of this stuff.
Achieve a goal, that feeling of happiness and fulfillment as it relates to
somebody holler at him and find out.
probably last a week, 2 weeks.
What his
6
answer
months best,
to all of this
right?
is.
So, but I was happy if it was something that was meaningful to me. That feeling of progressive.
Got books and baby toys on the shelf there.
That's what really made the
It's that crazy doctor's office baby toy where you push things along like a loopy track.
We're working towards our goals. So right now,
that's what it looked like.
Dissatisfied, or happy with where you are in your life right now.
That's how hard I'm zoning out. I'm in the background right now of his picture.
You may be putting in a whole lot of work. You're putting in a lot of effort. And you're trying to accomplish
because you got to see this guy. He's got such a sweater on.
Say 10 times the effort. And
this sweater is just a sweater, you know?
You feel like you're at a dead end.
Like a guy's sweater.
And if you feel that way, I know exactly how you felt, because I felt that way for so long.
Such a sweater, you know? Like I'm on a video and I'm saying things in a sweater, and I have this sweater for sure. It's this sweater.
There are losers, and there are winners who haven't discovered how to win yet. And for the longest time, I was that winner that didn't know how to win. I'm putting in the work. I'm studying. I'm paying for seminars. I'm reading books, and I'm doing everything that I
Nobody.
In order to achieve what I want. But for some reason, I don't feel as though I'm getting it. For some reason, I don't feel as though I'm progressing. And I know deep inside I could be more, do more, have more. I have this.
Nobody.
I know these things about
Sometimes you just trash. And you're just going to be trash. You know, and that's just what it is.
Listening to me right now, you feel that way, I'm here for you.
Oh, outreach.
And if that's you,
it got sentimental, guys.
Right? On Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, Thursdays.
Every single week, I'm coming to you guys with some more information.
He's just knocking his hand out. He said, every Thursday? Where have I been? Smack, punch. Abusive.
If you really like the video, this resonates
with such a sweater on.
You're a winner that hasn't discovered how to win yet.
Ew.
Please like the video. Please share the
participation
video.
trophy.
Please tune in on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so I can give you some more information as it relates to this.
Yeah.
Second,
stumbling over the BS.
I'm a certified coach now, right? I've been helping.
He put his arms up like, you know, top tier.
Comfortable in who they are.
Is that right?
Achieve whatever it is that's most important to them.
Is that right?
Relationships and also at working in their careers. I got you, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a link
to my
calendar in the comment section, right? I'm gonna leave it on my page as well. You can schedule a free call and I got you. We're gonna help you find out who you are.
Schedule a free call. That's a lot.
Become more authentic, and then we'll create a plan.
Help you become more authentic. What does that even mean? That sounds like a scam and a sham. Help you to appear more authentic.
Don't forget,
I would think you was you.
Set new standards.
There you go. You ain't heard that in a while, huh?
Why? Because dreams do come true. But number one,
okay.
We have to dream it.
The whole thing.
Number two, we have to believe it. And number three, we gotta grind every single day.
Is that right?
Until we achieve it. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I love you. Peace.
Which is directly related to what he was saying about this whole study or whatever the fuck. Because altogether you didn't need all that information to understand that you have to work at something in order for it to manifest. Speaking of the word manifest, I see some people really taking it out of order. This is on the same subject matter kind of here, where they there's a thing called manifesting. Now I don't know enough about it, okay? Because full BS. You know, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know enough about it. This is like spiritual people doing a thing, trying to say, you know, it's those people who saying, you know, you put the energy out there in the universe and it comes back to you in whatever form, okay? And that's nice and all that, but it's just not true. Because what's happening there is the people are teaching each other how to manifest, you know, how to, I guess, think or spiritualize or energize their goals into fruition. Okay, am I gonna look it up? No, I'm not gonna look it up, because you can if you want to, and I really want you to, and to see. I need somebody to convince me that this is a real thing, because you could also just not do that at all, ever, and just do the things that you need to do in order to make your thing happen. Like, you can just do that. Like if I'm hungry and I want to eat, I don't need to spiritualize and energize the food into existence. I just go make the food. Because we understand that there's a series of events that you can commit to that would increase the likelihood of the goal you have of being achieved, because that's how real life works. Okay, you want to get a raise at your job? Don't go home and sit in a circle of rocks and burn up some leaves and fucking meditate it into existence. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Just spend that time maybe learning more or understand how to execute better, or how to put yourself in a better position or in front of the right people, as far as your career is concerned. And you will begin to take steps to increase the likelihood of your goal being achieved. Because that's all we're playing here is probability. That's what this universe is basically hinging on, probability. Everything's happening. What's the likelihood of the thing that you want to happening? That's really it. The whole thing is chaos and happenstance, and you just have to calculate probability. Okay, the world is just one big math problem. And if you're disagreeing with me right now, then use a full jerk, because you use the same understanding every day. Like when you wake up to go somewhere, you understand what time you have to wake up by understanding what time you have to be at the place, and then understanding how long your method of transportation would take. So you're basically calculating probability. Well, if I wake up at this time and it takes me this long to travel, I should, I'm running the highest likelihood of getting to my goal when I want to, if I do this certain thing at this certain time. And it's, again, probability, because sometimes you're late. Sometimes things happen that are out of your control. And sometimes what do? We depart earlier to make an allowance for things happening that are out of your control. Because again, we're playing probability. What's the likelihood? That's all. But more on that when I find a damn lab coat, you know what I'm saying, and some wild spectacles, because your boy's getting real sciencey right now in the trust tree, because you need that. We need science. That's what we need. Okay, speaking of, I know somebody about to drop off some science right here. This is we're gonna get back to Cancel Carson. All right, you ain't heard them screeching down your ears in a long time. And good news about that. This is the Anomaly Podcast, by the way. The Anomaly Podcast. Those are all words that exist. So if you don't know them, just look them up. The Anomaly Podcast. And it looks like she started podcasting again. And I think she has a male co-host, maybe. Not positive, but that's what it looks like. But these are old episodes that I'm going to drop off on you when she had the shorty on there. And just to me, they were getting along on the thing, but both of their personalities is kind of strong. So I didn't think it would last very long. So spoiler alert, like the people like to say, they parted ways. I'm sure I would absolutely like to get the story on that. I should hit Carson up and see if she want to give us a story on that, because that would be funny on the on her podcast. But what we got for you now? Oh man, I'm laughing now because I think I'm really gonna do that. I think I'm really gonna do it. Like, I could do that. Yo, I'm crying right now because you just watched it dawn on me. Just the understanding that I could have phone interviews on this podcast. And by the shit I be saying about people, like, what is the questions I would ask them? I could have full phone interviews with them. Oh my God, son. Oh, I think I'm gonna do that. Wow. I think I'm gonna do that. All right. Enough of that. I'm just crying thinking about it. Oh, I have to do it now. Okay, this is This is a episode. It says season 2, episode 6. This is something I definitely hate. This episode. It says protecting your Yanniverse, and I feel like I might have spoke about this on this podcast before. Ridiculous Yanni. You know what I'm saying? This is the poon. All right. This is the poon. I'm sure of it. Yanniverse. They want to put a whole universe in a woman's vagina because, you know, you got to make it into something that it's not, just so people could keep buying and selling it. You know what I'm saying? And this is called protecting your Yanniverse. And as we like to do every time, we're just gonna pick a random spot in the podcast, and then I usually just hit it on the midpoint, and then we'll see, you know, how much squeaking and squawking that they're doing on there. So brace yourselves, okay? Warning, warning, warning. A lot of squeaking and squawking. Brace yourselves. Okay, we're going to do a thing.
And she literally ended up having to get her whole uterus removed. So
okay. Yeah, we chopped. We did a lot.
Toes and all this stuff.
Oh my god.
Lots of
and
toes.
she's like, I'm just devastated
and her
because
uterus.
I wanted another baby, and now I can't.
I would have been devastated too. Like, minus having another baby.
Just
My
your,
I had
your
to get
toes.
limbs. Part of my limbs cut off.
limbs
and shit.
removed. Hysterectomy. The one thing as a woman that I'm supposed to be able to do, I no longer can do.
Yeah.
That's super tough.
Yes.
So it's super important to protect your own.
Super.
Absolutely.
Okay, they
so
said it.
That was, and we're kind of talking more so on like a physical and medical level. So I want to talk about the spiritual.
It has to get spiritual every time. And look, see, you hit the midpoint, and it's spiritual, of course. Who? What?
Correlates with our Yanniverse.
Okay.
The sacral chakra, the second chakra,
That would.
is directly related
That's
to the womb.
that's not in
and
there.
is our
India.
birth
In
creative
India,
center. And that is where we.
they don't say
it's our
Yanniverse.
emotional body, our sensuality, and our creativity.
Ooh, I like.
So when we're like the most
Oh, the
creative,
poon.
the most artistic, the most
It's there for your creativity. So when dudes always talk about their dick, don't beef, because that's where the creativity is coming from. Like literally, so you create the people.
I like that.
Yes. So
Oh, and so when you have blockages, you cannot.
yeah, when you have blockages, you can't function.
When you have a blockage in the poon,
as well in a negative context, we hold our pains. Our
then it blocks
traumas,
their brain too.
Our sadness, all of our negative emotions are held in our Yanniverse as well.
Right, and that's why a dude gotta come in there and dig it
So
out.
like, what are so is that the only chakra related to the Yanniverse? Okay.
Okay, that's it. A few short sentences about the spirituality of the poon, and that's of course spiritually.
Where your love comes out, that can relate to it in a sense of them working together.
Right.
Okay, the heart and the poon works together. We're learning.
So like, what are ways?
I think we were aware, or we had an understanding of this.
Protect these chakras, right?
Okay,
Like,
of course.
whether it be your heart
Protect your
or whether
chakra.
it be like the chakra for your Yanniverse. Like, what are ways to like?
The poon chakra.
So meditating.
Okay.
You want to meditate, sage, using
Meditate.
crystals, essential oils, aromatherapy.
Essential oils.
Limiting
Come on.
Sex partners is very, very important.
It's
We've
soul
touched on
tie.
yes, we've touched on that before.
Yeah, it's a soul tie.
If you have a lot of soul
Oh.
ties, that is going to block.
Soul
It is
ties.
gonna block you for sure.
Yeah,
Man,
sure.
they're just
And
saying
don't get me
stuff.
wrong, like, we've touched on it, but we've also said, hey, like if this is what you want to do, that's fine, right? If you want to have multiple sex partners as a woman, we encourage you to be.
What about as a man?
Yes.
However, understand the consequences, quote unquote.
The consequences,
and
right.
Around being sexually free.
It'll
Especially as a woman,
taint your
right?
soul, guys.
Because
That's your biggest concern when you're having sex. If your soul comes out the same after the fact.
Yes.
And that comes with protecting your Yanniverse, right? Like if you're not doing.
Yo, if I was with a chick who was saying Yanniverse, man,
Physical aspect of your Yanniverse.
man, I would probably be threatening her weekly.
Birth control or whatever.
If you say that shit again, you know.
Like, are you protecting that chakra? Like, are you really doing what you need to do to
Look, well,
be happy?
when you take your clothes off, take your chakra off too.
Yeah. You can't
Leave that bitch on the
you
couch.
can't flourish.
Right.
You cannot flourish.
I agree.
So
And there's something that you said that I've been telling you the other day. We've been talking
What's that?
about it.
What's that?
It really hit me. Like, I was like,
Did it?
like, that is so profound. I didn't think about it like that. But like, as women, like, we give life. And
Do you?
I just want you to, our listeners to hear what you said. I think that's just like really beautiful.
So that moment you bring a child into the world,
Mm-hmm.
that child exits that canal
Yeah.
and comes into this world
To exit the Yanniverse into the universe.
That is now who your child is and what you want to project onto that child.
Ooh,
So
I don't know.
You have to be really intentional about who you are, your healing.
You're cooking the kids' emotions in there too.
Releasing yourself from things that no longer serve you, trauma.
Okay, so woman's fault. Everything.
A little human being, and if you're
I'm okay with that.
Toxic. Oh, that child is already coming into a struggle, and it's not their fault.
All right, I'm done with that. They said all of the words. I don't know how long we played that for. It was only a few minutes, but they said all of the words, right? Spiritual, toxic, Yanniverse, whatever have you. They said all of the words. And that's what that podcast is, saying all of the words. All right. Now, it was two ladies for a long time, and it looks like it's now a gal and a guy, you know. And this guy has to be also full John Legend. Okay, I can't see him being macho Camacho on that podcast with Carson. Okay, and they got a picture of him and her here. I don't know, maybe I'll try to put it on the video podcast. He's looking full John Legend, because I think they like matching flavors here for this little photo that they did for the podcast. And it's just a photo of them. It's not even Anomaly podcast artwork or nothing like that. But I mean, to each his and her own. You know what I'm saying? Out of the Yanniverse into the universe. That's what we learned. Okay, and they said whatever's in the poon, whatever emotions is in the poon, when you're cooking up the kid's gonna be seasoned with those emotions. So woman's fault, everything. And we just had two women admit that. Okay, and again, it's okay with me. It's okay with me. I could run with that. So what are we gonna do now? We're gonna get into somebody brand new. Now this is Willie, all right, and I can barely navigate this dumb shit. Look, let me tell you something. I got a few guys who doing podcasts, okay, and when they're doing the podcast, they starting on Anchor. Now, this Anchor app is just the worst podcast app experience that I have ever had. You know, like, I just been trying to keep a regular page on there of my guys who's doing these podcasts on this Anchor, and it ain't working. Okay, it seems like I have to really just find it every time. Okay, and thankfully the guy sent me a link, because then I could just hit the link, you know, and I'll get to the podcast. But I've been trying, like, I can't get to like a home page where there's just podcasts there that I subscribe to or whatever, and that just be what it is. So this shit is the worst. And then on top of that, they hit you with like an Anchor commercial at the end of your podcast, because I think they do like a free version or something like that. Yo, guys, get off of that. Just get a paid podcast subscription. I pay less than $20 a month to host a podcast. Okay, if you ain't got that, there's other things in your life that you need to get together before you start podcasting. Okay, pay the $20, all right, or less than that, and get your actual podcast that people could really fuck with periodically. You know what I'm saying? Whenever they feel like, whenever you drop. Now, this is Willie. Now, I'm not gonna give this. I'm not gonna make this a segment, because I believe he only has this one episode. Okay, but this thing is so weird. This Anchor app is so weird, because you can break the episode into episodes or something like that. Like, you break it into parts. I'm not sure how it works, or if you have to do that, but everybody I've seen do a podcast on this platform has done that, and it's just stupid to me. It sounds like a nice thing until, like, you don't know if I don't know if I just listen to one episode of a podcast or 5 different episodes. I don't know. And this is called The Vantage. You know what I mean? I don't know what that is beeping back there, but it's called The Vantage Point. The Vantage Point. You know what I'm saying? Which is a nice name. And this is just him talking his shit, you know, like I do. So I have to respect it. And let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? And we could talk about Willie talking. All right. Not gonna give you no heads up or no description or nothing like that. We're just gonna get right into Willie talking right now. Okay, this first segment of this, again, I think this is one episode because I think it plays all the way through like one episode. This first segment is 2 minutes and 3 seconds. It says, welcome back. Okay, I don't know where Willie left us, but he's welcoming us back. And we're just gonna go with that, I guess. I don't know.
What's good?
Here we go.
What's good, boy? It's been a minute.
Oh, there we go.
Been a minute, man.
Willie, ladies and gentlemen.
Happy to be back. Talk to y'all. It's been a lot of stuff going on since the last time that I talked to y'all.
It sounded like what I was saying at the beginning of this episode.
We're gonna touch it.
And that bothers me.
We're gonna touch it. It's been a minute.
Don't say we're gonna touch
man.
it like that. It's a little bit creepy. So many
I
times.
I didn't really have nothing to talk about. Like the last time.
Don't be a talking podcast and saying you have nothing to talk about.
That following week that I was supposed to have a show is when a lot of the Black Lives Matter stuff was going on.
Don't blame Black
Even
Lives
more
Matter for
stuff
your
was
show.
going on. I think Kanye had been trying to,
We don't
for
know.
president and all that kind of stuff. I just
And
didn't
that
want to
directly
talk
disrupted
about
your
that
podcast.
stuff, bro. I just didn't even want to have it on my spirit for real. It
On
was
my
foolish.
spirit.
It was foolish, and I just felt like
On my spirit.
my bad, y'all. I'll put some lip balm on. I hate for my lips to be crusty, bro. I swear to God.
All right.
But,
Ladies and
never
gentlemen,
mind.
Willie.
It was just a lot of stuff going on that I ain't even really want to
We
talk
got
about.
that part already. It was a lot of stuff going on.
It would have been talked about regardless because it was going on.
Okay.
You know what I'm
It was
saying?
going
I
on.
just didn't even want to give that
Check.
type of stuff. Like, I didn't even want to really give it.
Okay. Right. Give it.
Give it gas at
Oh.
all. And I'm still that way. So that's probably why I can't even remember a lot of the stuff that
Okay.
I want to talk about. But everything has been pretty good.
You got lip balm and
Hopefully
fart
everything
brain.
been
Can't remember
pretty good with
nothing.
y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into this show. Hope y'all enjoy it.
Are we not already into the show?
Welcome back.
Oh, okay. I guess it was a segment.
Let's catch up, man. There's been a lot going on, ain't it? Sheesh.
All right, we're going to do this catch-up part, and then we're going to
Yeah,
save the
you,
other
man.
two.
It's been a lot going on, man. It's been too much.
He told you.
It's really been too much, and just like I said,
Both a lot
before,
and too much going on.
It's gotten to a point where, like, I think it's too much for me, man. It's draining. It's
Draining who?
It's
For
so
what?
draining to really. It ain't
To
even
what?
my situations, like as far as like handling it. I
No,
shouldn't
of course
be
it's
this
not.
stressed.
No, you shouldn't, guy. I'm glad you know.
Like it means something. What I'm saying by that is it does affect me.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But it ain't necessarily going on day by day in my life.
And you know that.
certain
And you know that. So what's
And
the problem?
It still affects me.
No, it doesn't.
Like, I mean, like as far as my emotions, like
Yeah, because you're crazy.
like
'Cause
the
you're
chat-
insane.
The chat with Bozeman thing, like that,
Okay.
that was the breaking point.
R.I.P.
Like,
Chadwick-
I got to a
Chadwick
point
Boseman.
after that
R.I.P.
where I was just like, man, I don't even want to be on social media.
I don't even want to be on
Period.
social media. Period.
Man. I didn't want to even see nothing about social media. I gave myself like 3 days to just not be on social media.
Oh, you gave them to
whatsoever.
yourself,
I know
huh?
that sound crazy because
Yes, it sounds crazy.
I grew up in an age where we didn't
you're
even
crazy.
have social media for real. Now I can't even go 3 days without having
Because
social
you're
media.
crazy, guy.
Well, hardly. It's become so synonymous with our everyday life that,
Synonymous with everyday life.
days without it, it feels weird for us, but we lived in a technology.
he's definitely
we lived in a age.
laying on his
Even
back
the
doing this
technology
podcast.
Age, the beginning of the technology age without.
He's laying on his back. He's got his legs
without
crossed like
these,
he's sitting.
Social media sites.
He's got one arm
as
behind his
prevalent
head
as they are now,
and one
you know what I'm saying?
hand
Like, we had our
with the phone in front of his
and
mouth.
stuff like that, but on the phone, like you can only
He's chewing on
you can
a
only
piece
really
of
call,
grass.
when these social media sites.
He's got a
first
straw
came
hat
out,
on.
or first became popular.
Overalls.
Like you can only make
No shirt.
phone calls. You could send texts. you know, stuff like that. You
overalls is cut off at the bottom, above the ankle.
Like now that we got, you know, these smartphones,
and he's spinning his foot that's crossed. You know, the one that's crossed that's doing the triangle. He's spinning that foot around while he's talking.
So important to our everyday life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. But I had to. He's laying on
a bale of hay.
I had to put it down because I was I couldn't that
I couldn't
thing,
what
man. You know, because Mamba really took me out earlier this year. I ain't gonna cap.
R.I.P. Kobe Bryant.
Mamba really took me out earlier this year, but then
this is from September 9th.
Losing everybody in between now. Because it was a lot more folks in between.
A lot more folks.
You know, whether it be losing them or being, you know...
2020, ladies and gentlemen.
Or them being, you know, racially profiled. You know, things like that. Being beaten, you know... Being injured.
That's what you need, a beating.
The color of their skin or who they support. It was just too much, man. It was too much, man. Then you got idiots like Kanye.
Too much, man.
He gonna run for president, but then just representing us in a totally you know, ignorant way like that.
Can you talk any slower, Willie?
Honestly. And I just didn't even want to share that type of negativity with y'all.
You hear him taste the words like, before he...
It made me not even want to do a show because here I am. I'm supposed to be talking about things, you know, current things that are going on in the world.
Well, aren't you? Did he scratch he scratched something on the mic just now.
Everything that was going on. And I just didn't want to talk about it. It turned me off from wanting to even discuss it. Because it would get me...
I swear I could hear scratching in the background. He's scratching on the mic.
And I'd be sad. And then I'd be, you know, motivated. And then
and you'll be talking faster.
Sad, and then angry and disgusted again. And it was just a vicious cycle.
All right, guys. Willie passed kindergarten. He knows all the emotions.
You know... I just kind of
and the faces to go with them.
From all of that for a moment, just to give myself some clarity and give myself, you know,
some clarity,
a little time to heal
on affairs that don't even belong to you.
A thing, you know, like I just had to heal. So, you know, I apologize to y'all.
He had to heal.
You know, my listeners. I apologize to y'all for for somewhere leaving y'all.
Willie need to be on the Anomaly podcast.
Hey, we all have our faults. We all have our things that we got to get through. And that was just one thing, like, I just needed. And I'm pretty sure y'all done went through that same thing.
No.
So, hey, we back, though, baby.
Because the things that affect me are the things that I go through in my life.
I really got on here and I was going to do a whole lot of
what was you going to do?
Rambling.
Were you?
And, yeah. And now that I'm on here, like...
And
I just want to really rejoice with you guys.
Yeah.
Simply because we done made it through a lot this year.
We
really have. Like, we done made it through a lot.
This is what's wrong with people.
There's been a lot going on.
They take on
to us
the emotional distress of people who aren't even them.
Just around us. But
it gives them an excuse. It gives them an excuse to be the way they are in life at whatever point.
As I always announce, because
I'm depressed because of what happened to somebody else.
Talking about people's positivity, but yeah, we done been through a lot, man. But we keep chugging along, man. We keep making
chugging along, man.
Y'all keep grinding.
Chugging along,
some beautiful stuff going on my social media. So y'all keep grinding.
He got beautiful stuff going on social media that he didn't want to be on for 3 days.
Trying to do mine. I'll tell you that.
He told us, guy,
that I really did want to talk about, and this goes hand in hand with all the racism, the
that's what we want. We want the things that go hand in hand with racism.
Is Steve Nash, who was a former player.
I'll tell you how bad this app is. I favorited this
former player
podcast or this episode,
Suns,
not sure.
Dallas,
and I don't even know where to find these shits at.
His main,
I'm looking at it right now. It says unfavored. The button says unfavored.
Mavericks too, but that's beside the point.
So I already favored it.
He has just been hired as.
All right, I think we just slipped into the next segment there. I was trying to stop it at the other one, but whatever. Oh, fuck that, man. Wow. That was a lot. All right, so at least for 2 to 3 more podcasts of my podcast, you can listen to Willie talk that slow a few more times, and you can agonize along with me. Okay? Both through this garbage ass app and through Willie talking slow shit and repeating himself on top of that and giving a vague synopsis of real life events, because that's what the people want, man. That's what the people want, man. Time is flying by with this podcast, man. We almost at the 1 hour mark, so let's go through a couple things. We getting segment heavy. Go through a couple things about me. Why not? Because I told you already, this podcast is for me. Maybe you like it, all right? But this podcast is for me, okay? But it's also for everybody in the zoo, all right? In the trust tree and the friendly nest, okay? And we got a lot of fight action happening in the pandemic, because if you don't know, that's what I'm into, man. Fighting sports and kicks, if you don't see. Yeah. On that note, you see the background may have changed. We got kicks in the background and we got kicks on the table. Because that's what we do, man. We do kicks. Shout out to Technology one more time. Technology TV. It's my guy right there. He just really been pumping it up with the kicks and stuff. He's getting me excited about all of that and helping me improve my quality of life and purchases. Of things that I like. You feel me? Because I've been living regular for a long time, but fuck that. We ain't regular no more. No more of that. Okay, if you're doing good in life and you're making good decisions, it's okay to look like it. All right, we was operating on a different kind of way for a long time, and now we just breaking right out of that. Fuck it. Yeah, okay? Let's do everything that we want to do and look the way we want to look and have the things we want to have. Okay, and that's just me keeping it real. All right, because I used to tell y'all all the time, with my old job, it was beef. Yo, I'm telling you, I had to have an argument with a guy about my pants. Of course, if my pants was on my waist, because let me tell you, these guys been fat so fucking long, they don't even know if their pants are on their waist. When they got a substantial amount of stomach tucked in them pants, they think that that's part of the waist. Like they forgot a point in life where they didn't put no stomach in their pants. So when they see guys like me, I don't got enough stomach for that. To put it in nothing, as a matter of fact. And when they see guys like me with the pants on the waist, they think there's a problem. The guy told me, that my pants are too low. I had to show him, and that anatomically my pants are on my waist. Okay, I just not a pot. I don't got the pot, so I can't put the pot cover on it. And that motherfucker said that I need to make my tie longer then. Okay, because real hater. This is the kind of arguments that I'm having in corporate America. Not about my work, not about my intelligence, not about my business acumen, about my goddamn pants. All right. And this is it. It doesn't matter what point people are in life. When people need nonsense, and that's why we got so much of it now. People need nonsense just to distract them, just to need to be part of some element of nonsense. Even you got some guys who portray themselves as high and mighty and saying they don't want none of the nonsense. Behind closed doors, they're creating nonsense. They're talking shit about people, about stupid little shit, and doing dumb little petty shit to other people, whether it be in business or in personal life, because you need that nonsense. You could just all be so peaceful, but it just fucking won't be. All right, because of the nonsense. And we didn't really get into anything about me, and that's fine. That's fine right now, because we just got a lot to catch up on, because the podcast just been hitting a hiatus for a little while, and that's all right. Okay, because we could always chop it up again next podcast, and we're gonna be talking about some fights. At this point, they're old fights. We're talking Tyson versus Jones. We just had Spence versus Garcia, and shout out to Spence with that win. Nobody was surprised by that. The betting odds was just called the fight, because it didn't fucking matter. And we're gonna talk about that stuff. And you know, of course, the infamous Nate Robinson fight in the Tyson versus Jones fight. Okay. But what I gotta say now is podcasts on Mondays, video podcasts on Wednesdays. We try to keep to it as much as we can. It's just a lot. It's just a lot to get back on schedule right now. Also gonna be doing the giveaway starting Wednesday for most people, but on Monday for you guys, start liking the pages and tagging a friend, and you could get a jump on the giveaway. Everybody who does it before Wednesday is going to get a double consideration. That means you're going to get double the entries when you jump in. Okay, if you want to look it up, Bape X Fresh Prince hat. I think it's called something like the Jet something hat. I don't even know. Don't give a shit. Okay, giving it away for free. All right, you fuckers. And I guess the only thing I have left to say is fuck y'all.